And if you are seeing this screen, I am hoping to assure you here. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another interview. Thank you very much for taking the time to join me. It's very much appreciated. Bit of a bonus here today. What I've got for you today is we've got the chairman of the Sunderland Armed Forces Supporters Branch back with us, David Bygate Pittiglio, and he is just going to give everybody a quick recap of the match that took place. I think it was on a week today, of course it was, on Friday, the 8th of November. In the Miracles of Science, we should have David there on the line. Let me just see if I can get him up on screen. David, are you there, sir?
Yes, I am, Paul. Thanks for having me again. Really appreciate it.
No problem, sir. It's always an absolute pleasure to have you, as always. Right, so David, how did the match go? How did the day go at first? Did it all go as planned?
Yes, fantastic. Everything went as well as it could do, apart from the result, which we'll touch on in a bit from our side. But the reason we were there was to raise money for Launchpad and help homeless veterans. So on the day itself, there was a little bit of a surprise from our football club, from Sunderland AFC. They turned up with their media team. They turned up with the photographers, the videographers, and they brought an ex-player to come and park themselves next to me on the bench. And so I had some good assistance on the side from actually my favouriteest ever, Sunderland player, Julio Arca. So it was an absolute pleasure to have him with us, and for him we kept it as quiet as we could, so not many people knew about it. So there was a big surprise for everybody seeing Julio come on the pitch at the beginning when they were doing the warm-up. So yeah, that was fantastic.
Absolutely brilliant. Can I just say congratulations all the way from down south on the event. Sounds like you had a fantastic match. Shame about the result from a Sunderland point of view, but if I was interviewing Mick Walk now, he'd be absolutely delighted, wouldn't he? So I suppose it all depends on perspective. What was the turnout like on the day? I mean, did you have a good turnout on the day at Benfield?
I think roughly we had about 400 people turn up. So for a first year of doing it, to be fair, we did it at quite short notice. I think we kind of thought we had talked previously about potentially doing it next year, but then we thought, like, let's get it done this Remembrance, and let's make it an annual thing, which is what the plan is. And it really couldn't have gone much better than it did, to be fair. We've had interviews on radio, we've had interviews with yourself that you've put up, and everybody who's helped promote it has done a fantastic job for us, so a bit of that goes to you, mate. So thank you for Reprieve Media for shedding a little bit of light on what we've been doing, and it's nice to sit here and talk about how the day went.
Yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure, David, as always. And yeah, I'm glad you've had some radio support up there as well, and I'm glad that you're getting some recognition up there. I saw a fantastic article on the Sunderland Football Club website as well. That was superb, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's it. It was fantastic, and that was the write-up they did before the game, and now that all the videographers came out to the game, that was all put out on Monday, on Armistice Day, on the 11th of November, as part of the club celebrations. So they put some lovely videos out of our game, and just unbelievable. I'm still kind of in a little bit of, I don't know how to put it, I'm just a bit on cloud nine still about how they've helped us, and buying us the
it's good to see. It's good to see clubs getting involved at grassroots level in the community. I've always said that. I mean, it must have been a very emotional evening and time for you all collectively as a service. I understand you had serving military personnel as well as former military personnel taking part in the event. I mean, just how was it?
it was amazing. I mean, I'm going to wax lyrical about it in the whole of this interview. It's having the younger lads and who are still serving. Some of them not so younger lads as well who are still serving. And I mean, we've got some younger veterans and we've got some older veterans, and everybody kind of just thinks a veteran somebody who's of a certain age and has been to war and stuff like that. But I can reassure you, there's veterans of many ages and from many eras within the forces. So it's kind of, yeah, it's although it gets stereotyped, there's a lot of us out here at different ages and stuff. And yeah, it was great, you know, because there was a bulk of our team already know each other, but the guys who are serving who've kind of come in have really mixed well. And it was I mean, although we got beat on the day, it was, I mean, the result doesn't probably tell you the story of the game, but we were playing against a stacked team who had a lot more players than we do, and who were playing at high level. And I think we went 2-0 down in probably the first 20 minutes. We got a goal back probably about 10, 15 minutes before half time.
Well, can I stop you there, mate? You've tilted your phone somehow. You've gone 90 degrees to the left on the display.
Do you know why?
No.
It's because somebody just rang me when we were in the middle of doing the interview.
Perfect. That's perfect now. Sorry about that, but it's visual recording, isn't it? Carry on, sir.
Yeah. So yeah, it was. So those guys fit in really nicely, and like I said, we went into half time 2-1 down. After fighting back from, we were 2 behind, so it was nice to get a goal before half time, and it was really positive in the changing rooms at half time. Julio said his bit, you know, and I said my bit, and I encouraged the players to get involved, and we went out and made a really good battle of it in the second half. And it wasn't probably until about 15 minutes to go where I think we just had gave our all and we'd run out of steam basically. They got a third, then it just kind of tapered off from there. But you know, like, I couldn't be more proud of all the guys who played, and I know that they're proud of themselves and stuff. And it was, and the game was played in the right spirit as well. You know, like I said, there was probably a couple of harsh tackles, which you're always going to get in a game.
Yeah, just mistimed tackles, of course.
Yeah, you're going to get in any game, but especially in the forces, you know, it's like once you get on that grass, the whistle goes, then it really is. I know it's a bit of a pun, but it really is a war zone when we get on there. So, but like, other than a few rash challenges, it was played in the best of spirits, and everybody had a bit of time together after the game, and it was really fantastic. I think the whole lead into the game, from getting on site and stuff, meeting each other who hadn't met each other before, and to going through all of the getting to know each other, then getting out on the pitch, having a bit of a warm up, getting that surprise by Julio when he came on in the media team from Sunderland, then going through the remembrance formalities, you know, the 2 minute silence and how laying the wreaths, and it's just, yeah, it's my hair's on end now just thinking about it. It was a really special occasion, and I think going forward, we're only going to get stronger. It's going to be a good thing it's going to be an event that's going to be supported by our football club for definite. Going forward, every year we'll be doing it, and hopefully we can get hopefully in some capacity we can get Newcastle involved, because I know they haven't got the channels of communication open yet, and hopefully that'll come off the back of this, them seeing over in Newcastle, seeing that Sunderland have really supported the event. Hopefully they'll jump on it next year and give these guys
things can only improve from a very low point by the sound of it, but best always to look forward, and I'm sure that the event will go from strength to strength. No, wasn't say with or without them, you know. Sounds like the event will survive, I think. Before we talk about the event moving forward, I mean, how much did you actually raise on the day, David?
We raised, I'm just looking at my little card because I've written it down on here. So on the night, we presented a cheque to Launchpad for £4,277.32. And now I know that will help at least 6 veterans find somewhere to live, and that will that accommodation will be paid for, I think, for 6 flats for a year. So that's unreal. It's just to help one person would have been good for us, you know. And I think we probably didn't set our, what's the word I'm looking for? I mean, we aimed as high as we could, but our expectations were probably thought we might be less than that. But that's a good chunk of money in year one, and hopefully next year I would like to probably see a significant amount more. You know, we'll start promoting earlier and getting people involved to even get them. Technically, the match didn't have a sponsor. The Newcastle team had a sponsor for its strips and stuff, and Sunderland did ours. But hopefully, when people have seen what we've done this year, there'll be local businesses will want to get involved, and we can sell some kind of advertising to go somewhere, or a match sponsor, or shirt sponsors, or ball sponsor. You know, there's so many variables out there that you can sponsor, and we'll come up with quite a lot of things, I think, and start looking early for support for next year. So hopefully, I would like to think. I mean, sometimes get ahead of myself, but I'd like to see that go into 10,000 hopefully next year. So that would be fantastic, and hopefully we'll find another. So we'll find another sponsor for next year. You know, another charity to support next year, because there's quite a few military charities in the northeast, and they do a lot of good work. You know, and it just I think what'll end up happening is it's kind of Newcastle chose this year, so we'll choose next year when it's in Sunderland. But that'll most likely go out to a vote to everybody who's in the Sunderland Armed Forces and Veterans Supporters Association. Then whoever gets the most votes, we'll put some options up, and whoever gets the most, that'll be who will get picked.
Absolutely fantastic. I mean, that is like you said, that is a good portion of money to assist these vulnerable veterans that up in the northeast that you said. And again, may I just say congratulations to all you guys, all the Sunderland people watching this, and maybe if any Newcastle people as well to decide to watch this video in the channel or the YouTube channel or in the article that I eventually put out for it. Just well done, sir. A superb event, and well done.
Like I said, it was fantastic, and from my side, I'd just like to give a shout out to Mick Walk, obviously the chairman of their supporters club, and to Wayne Dawson he did a lot of work sorting out their team, and pulling in contacts from here and there, and he's did a fantastic job. So to them too, especially, but you know, all the lads who came and played for Newcastle, like I said, they did it in the best spirits, the same as our guys, and afterwards they were brilliant. There wasn't much gloating or anything like that. It was a very there's a great picture that I'll send you of both teams intermingled at the end, and it just tells you everything you need to know about what happened at this event.
Yeah, I can use it. I'll need some sort of image for like the articles, and maybe for thumbnails for videos and things like that. But yeah, absolutely brilliant, David. But we might as well, before I wrap up, can I just take the opportunity to say thank you very much for finding the time today to carry out this interview. I know how busy you are, so thank you very much, David.
Yeah, mate. You know how busy I am, but at the end of the day, I think thank you for taking time out of your schedule to talk to me and promote the event afterwards. You know, it'll be good going forward for people to see what happened this year, and seeing the interviews before and the interviews after, and get ready for our interviews for next year as well, mate. So Thank you very much.
No problem, David. Okay, what I'll do now then, everybody, is I'll stop the interview now. say goodbye to everybody. David, thank you very much again. Take care, everybody, and goodbye.
Thanks, everyone. Cheers.
Thank you.